I think we're live. Let's see. Yeah, here we are. Welcome to Exercise Physiology Week 3, ladies and gentlemen. We are into the semester here, so hopefully everybody's getting settled into the semester as we go here into our exercise physiology course. We are kind of moving our ways through. This is kind of my announcements and review. I'll record these at least hopefully once a week and kind of keep you guys abreast of all the information that we're doing. This is my kind of opportunity to touch base, answer any emails or questions that you guys may have, and just kind of keep our constant communication. Again, my name is Dr. Sean Clavel. I'm a professor of biology here at Arizona Western College. I teach anatomy and physiology as well as this course, exercise physiology. And so, just kind of like as a review here, kind of as we've been going over into the course, the first week we took a look at it like the introduction into an exercise physiology, where we defined anatomy and physiology, right? Particularly took a look at some of the subsets of physiology and anatomy, talked about some of the requirements, common characteristics, and requirements for life. And then the big thing here, anatomical language, which was a big portion of your lab that you guys completed, where we talked about the anatomical language, the anatomical position, right? Make that a tab, right? Anatomical names for directions. Directions, anatomical regions. We're big things that we talked about there, right? The anatomical position, directions, regions are all components that we're talking about. This week 2, we talked a little bit, or we introduced here into the chemistry of life, which is week 2/3. Where we'll talk about again these organic molecules primarily. So things like carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, and nucleic acids. The big one here is going to be ATP. Oh, excuse me. So again, we talked about in this week we'll be talking about the organic molecules, carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, nucleic acids, and particularly ATP. We won't talk about much about DNA and RNA in this course. Where ATP is going to be the function here. And when we get into here, the energy sources of the cells. So we'll finish up with ATP in the week here. And as we talk about ATP, then we'll get into the energy sources of ATP, right? So how does the cell, let me get a little art sheet here, get ATP, right? How is ATP obtained? And so there's a couple ways it's produced, right? There is, let me see. I'm trying to make this a little bit bigger. Let's just read it. So the first one is going to be the creatine phosphate system. The next one here is going to be the glycolysis. And then the third one is oxidative. So maybe this will be week 4. And so, like, how is ATP created in the cell? And so that's the big ones that we'll be talking about here in week 4 as we look into the next week, and just kind of focusing on these on these main topics to start. Right, introduction into anatomy and physiology, a little bit of the chemistry, like what are these organic molecules? Excuse me, let me show you here where I'm at. Right, what are the defining, anatomy, physiology, chemistry. We're going to talk about the chemistry of life here in week 2 and 3, the different organic molecules. We may even get into some of these inorganic molecules. Primarily water is going to be the main thing here. And then finally in week 4, getting into how ATP is produced into the cell. And then finally we'll get into some of the more exercise-based components here. But we got to sound a foundation associated with exercise physiology. I didn't get too many comments, questions, or emails here this week, so I'll keep it kind of brief here, just as I wanted to stop by, wish everybody their best. I'm getting all your responses, so we'll get back into the material here, and I'll be publishing some new things over here over the next couple of days, so stay tuned to that, and you'll be looking into some new material. But until then, you guys take care. It's always a pleasure seeing you guys' responses as we go out into this semester. And so I encourage you guys to keep working hard. We're getting close to the quarter of the way through the semester already, and you guys are already putting in some good stuff. So take care, stay well, and I will see you again shortly.